Welcome one and all to Scrap Mechanic and what is quite possibly the biggest dump truck that you can currently build in this game. And the reason I say that is because I get 10 frames per second when this thing is not on the lift. And I have a pretty decent computer. So I wanted to showcase this a little bit in a creative showcase and kind of explain what's going on here. Let's just jump right into it. This thing is so big. These are the big wheels for reference if you've played this, so you kind of get an idea of the scale of this thing. But yeah, this thing is so big that it needs to kind of articulate in the middle. So in the middle here, I have a bearing right on the edge of this little connection here. So this thing's kind of got a little bit of a roll to it, just so it keeps all four tires on the ground as much as possible. It's steered by the front tires, and then in the back, it's propelled. And actually, it's kind of cool. I put the bearings on this thing, and then these pipes kind of work as axles. The bearings aren't like right here. So there's kind of an axle system here, which I thought was kind of neat. I will actually show you all of these connections. Yeah, there's a ton. This thing is so big that it needs so many bearings and motors to actually work. And in all honesty, to drive it, you only need one engine. But I have two engines up front and two motors that I actually don't use. They're just there kind of for weight, I guess, for a ballast. But yeah, so this whole dumping mechanism, the dumper part of the dump truck, is on one single bearing, one single hinge, because the game doesn't allow you to connect like two of them to one movable part for whatever reason. So yeah, this bearing alone got so overweight, like it got so weighed down that I had to come up with other ways to make this thing work. So what you'll see in a moment is these things have to push the bed of it up, and then I have some other mechanisms down below here that will come up and actually push this bed up so all of the stuff inside of it can dump. Now, I am going to take this thing off the lift, and I'm going to actually have to speed up the video, I think, just to make it kind of watchable here. But, yeah, watch this thing. Boom. So we got a little door here, and actually I can show you, if I can hit this switch. The inside here opens up so you can work on the engines or whatever. I'm going to jump in this thing and actually close the door. Then I'm going to jump up into the seat, and we'll kind of get a little bit of a showcase here. I'll go over some slight little hills just so you can see the articulation in this thing. This bed is going to move independently from the front of the truck. See how it's swinging back there? Yeah, so what this does is allows the entire vehicle to keep basically four wheels on the ground at all times. I had some off-road suspension on this thing at first, but this thing is so heavy that the off-road suspension was basically collapsed the entire time. These two things on the back here, as soon as I press one, will unlatch. Those are just so the tail doesn't fly open as I'm driving. Press 2 here, and the back will actually open up, and then I'll press 3. And you'll watch in the middle here, these things push the bed up, and then below you'll see the other part of the arms come up and actually push this thing into a state where it can dump goods. Yeah, so I am fairly confident that this is the biggest dump truck that you can build in this game. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments if you've seen somebody build something bigger than this. The only reason I'm saying that is because I am running at 10 frames per second on medium textures. So I'm sure I could squeeze a little bit more out if I went to low texture, but I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to sacrifice how nice this video could look. But yeah, that's that, guys. This was Scrap Mechanics Creative Showcase. Let me know in the comments if you want to see me try to build something. I love taking on projects in this game. Yeah, so let me know, and be sure to subscribe for those upcoming videos.